Whoever did that intro is a musical genius. Musical genius. I love it.
Well, you know, it's amazing because I happened to make that intro.
Really?
I did that. That's right. Me, the radio rock star, the radio rap star, the fade runner, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ, the voice of choice that makes the ladies noise. Mr. Damn, he does that too. Your 2022 RWC Golden Opportunity winner and the guy that's going to pass off the introduction to the guy to the right.
Well, I don't have all those AKAs and Mr. Choice and all that good stuff. I mean, I'm just me. I'm just Mr. Magnificent. I'm your former RWC heavyweight champion, former RWC tag team champion. In fact, I have been every champion in RWC at some point. Remember that, sir. Remember that.
At some point. Okay.
Yeah, at some point during it's been a 15-year run, sir.
Okay. Also, the guy that wants me to team up with him for some reason.
We should. I mean, we get along great on the podcast. I mean, you know, it's just outside of here we have a few discrepancies.
Yeah, true. So, welcome to the Smash the Mat podcast, man. Look, we have had a crazy week of wrestling news. So much has happened. Obviously, we're going to start off with the biggest story of all. Vince McMahon retired.
No, it can't be.
McMahon retired.
I never thought I would see a day that the WWE was running without Vince McMahon. I mean, I thought they were going to have to literally like wheel him out on a gurney.
Yeah, man, look, I thought he would die in the gorilla in the gorilla position. That's what I expected. There was no way. That's what they call it, gorilla. So
do you know why they call it gorilla?
Because of Gorilla Monsoon.
That's right. He made that spot famous.
Yes. So it's crazy, man, and obviously it is. Oh, see, this is what I'm talking about.
Harry.
Shout out to my man Harry because Harry did Mr. Magnificent hit you with a low blow after. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
You know, at some point, you just got to let bygones be bygones. I mean, it is wrestling. It's a competition. And at the time, you were competition.
Well, you lost the match.
It was an accident. First of all, I didn't give you a low blow. If you slow the video down in slow motion, you will notice.
I don't have access to the video.
You should.
Like 5 minutes, I can find it.
Yeah, you should pull it up because you'll see that you were slipping.
Gotcha.
And it has your left boot came off the floor. I said no, and I reached out. And I was like, whoa, I lost my balance and rolled back. And it looked like I rolled you up. I didn't. Okay. Didn't. So,
you're
thanks, Harry.
A completely different situation. That's how many times you backstab. Like, you're thinking of the absolute wrong situation.
Am I?
Yes. Harry remembers. And I remember, and Pepperidge Farm remembers too. Okay?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. There was never a low blow. Right. It's the Mandela effect.
Next Tuesday, when we do our SummerSlam thoughts next Tuesday, I'm gonna have the video for you.
You gonna have the video? Let me get into Google Drive real quick. Ain't no video.
It's out there. Just letting you know. So, like we said, Vince McMahon retired, man, and you know what? Over 40 years of dedication to the wrestling product. He's been running WWE for 40 years. He bought it in 1980. I forget what year it was, but he purchased the company for $1 million from his dad. And it was wild because, and Jim Cornette said it best, the way he bought it from his dad and that he was making payments, but the WWF was already in business. So it's like he didn't have the money. He didn't have the money. He was just taking the money from the earnings and giving it to his dad. It's like, hey.
And somebody just made mention that it's better to retire than to be fired from your own company.
Now, he must first off, it says Facebook user, he must be sharing from the Smash the Mat group. Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Is it better to retire? Yes, it's absolutely better to retire. Absolutely.
And see, we've
Because
debated about that. We've debated about that,
yeah,
in our private chat, and like he couldn't have been fired. Like it would have been impossible for him to be actually fired. Like even to this day, he's still not fired. He's retired, but he still owns what, like 80% of the company in stocks. Somebody in
yeah,
our
yeah, yeah.
RWC group broke it down
Omar.
real smooth. Omar, yeah.
Omar did a lot of research, and shout out to Omar because I'm not going to take all his information and claim it as our own. What I'm going to do, I'm going to read some of it.
Yes, please.
Because this was really good. He said, let me see. He said, so this is like some of the info. Now look, we are not insiders, we are not reporters, we are just guys, we are fans who happen to wrestle and love wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So this will explain some of it. WWE stock is split into two categories, Class A and Class B. Class A stock is what anyone can buy on the stock market, like you and me, through a brokerage. Class B is known as preferred stock. Vince owns somewhere between 32 and 38% of WWE stock, but being Class B shares give him about 10 times the voting rights of Class A, which means each share he owns is the equivalent of any of us buying 10 shares. And despite only owning about a third of WWE, his vote counts for around 80% of the voting rights. So even if literally every shareholder voted to fire him, it wouldn't even become close to reality. But here's the thing. About that, because he was going, they were going to find a way to get him out anyway, because I believe WWE found out that there was $14.6 million missing, from whatever. And that this is the money that he used to pay off, the women for, said whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now that's embezzlement. That's embezzlement. Once you use, if he was using his own money, no harm, no foul. But once you start using the company's money to do your shady dealings, that's embezzlement. So one way or another, he was going to be gone.
Yeah. To me, that's kind of a gray area, because I agree 100% with what you said, but can he actually be? They can't take his stock away in the company.
No, they can't take the stock away. But
that's his no matter what, unless he decides to sell.
Jail, my brother. So people go to jail for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Exactly. And that's on top of the other money. Yeah, and exactly. Either we press charges when you retire, or and think about it. Like, I think a lot of people knew this was coming. Like, and the reason I say that, don't you think John Cena just had his 20-year, reunion? You don't think John Cena was about to be a part of SummerSlam? You don't think he was? Like, to me, I don't know what for what. I don't read a lot of dirt sheets because most of them must be lying. But like with all the hype around Austin and on Austin Theory and Cena, wouldn't you suspect Theory and Cena was probably going to end up wrestling each other?
And I still think it's possible. I still think it's possible. Just WrestleMania.
But it just seems like that would have been a money match.
Yeah.
Cena and Theory, you put the young guy over, make him big or whatever. I think that's why Bobby Lashley has a spot. I don't know. I didn't read no, this is just barbershop talk, if you will. All I'm saying is guys like Cena probably saw that and was like, you know what? We're going to back up off this for a little while and let that heat die down. And now with all this happening, John Laurinaitis, he's out of there. Yeah, they didn't kick John Laurinaitis to the curb. Word on the street,
they can fire him.
Oh yeah, he's fired. Yeah, he's fired. Word on the street, Kevin Dunn could be next. Bruce Pritchard could be next. Hopefully they don't, because these guys are still brilliant wrestling minds. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Now what we do know, Senor, let me scroll down over here, that now that he is out, Stephanie McMahon,
yes,
is co-CEO along with Nick Khan.
Those damn cons.
The cons. That's right. There's a con. Another con, Nick Khan. And that also means that it's time to play the game. And how you play it is he's taken over. He's VP of Talent Relations. He's also taken over creative. So like this could be a really exciting time because things will be changing creatively very soon. I say after SummerSlam, probably because after a few of these other storylines finish up. I think between now and the SummerSlam and the rest of the year, hopefully we start seeing some changes. And with that happening, who knows? Maybe some of that talent that was let go, they might become. Maybe they'll come back.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's a good possibility. I mean, new leadership means a new show. So why not? If I'm one of the guys that enjoyed being in WWE and I got fired, I would want to come back if it was a good place to go to. The return of the black and gold. Yes.
Right. Nothing would make like black and gold NXT was like, I think that was, I didn't even realize it till it ended. The black and gold era of NXT from 2014 to 2019 is one of my absolute favorite eras of wrestling. No questions asked. Yes. We use you as a source. Absolutely. Yes. You are the man now. Matter of fact, put that on your resume.
That's right.
Put that on your resume.
It doesn't get better than that.
It doesn't. Unless we find out everything you told us was wrong. And then, we just throw you under the bus. Yeah. He seemed like a smart guy. This is
we'll put up a disclaimer later.
The research that Mr. Magnificent should have did, and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? We'll send you a hot dog and a handshake, sir.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All for you.
Yes. But yes, so here's a question right here. How big of an impact do you think Triple H will have on the talent and company? Woo!
Major.
Man.
Major.
Look, he's already, I believe he's already sent a letter out saying that he wants to establish a transparent line of communication. He said that to the talent already.
He wants it to be a more fun work atmosphere.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? I think we'll probably see, if we could get some NXT style storytelling on the main roster, man, I'm telling you, bro, the possibilities are endless. I'm telling you, imagine WWE working with other companies. I'm telling you, this could be huge. I don't think it can be. It will be huge. But
if anybody will do it, he will.
Huh?
I said, if anybody do it, Triple H will do it.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, he's a lot more. Well, I don't know him personally, but he appears to be a lot more open and to new ideas, more so than Vince was.
Oh, absolutely. And you know what? This could be a really good time. Like two things are gonna happen. Two things can happen. I will say two things. Well, two things can happen. It's either going to get really good or it's going to get really bad.
Yeah.
because you know that saying how like you get what you ask for. What if there's a chance that things don't work out the way they should? You know what I'm saying? And maybe the storytelling doesn't get the creator doesn't come through like it's supposed to. Like anything can happen.
True.
Anything can happen.
True.
Like I'm a very optimistic person, so I expect Triple H to knock it out of the park. I really do.
Did you see there was a guy in one of our group chats that made reference to like, oh, thank God Vince is gone. And then Tony Khan of AEW put out a statement, kind of poking a jab at him, now I'm the longest running tenured CEO of whatever.
Let me say, go ahead.
That made me mad to no end on both of them.
First, that was an inaccurate statement that he made. Secondly, that was extremely corny, bro. Yeah, that was so corny. I don't have my issues with AEW are very minute. Well, I won't say minute, but like I watch AEW, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate what Tony Khan and them are doing. I really do. Like that was mad corny though. That was extremely corny.
At some point, you have to just run your own race. You can't worry about what they're doing in WWE, what their storylines, who's there. You need to just put on the show that you can put on.
Yeah, because we'll get to Tony Khan. Really don't have nothing to say after. He really shouldn't be saying nothing after that atrocious main event with Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho. Boy, We'll talk about that later. We'll
Yes,
talk about
yes.
that later because I will say one thing you can't expect to see with Triple H though, and I saw this, I stole this out of somebody's group, and it was hilarious to me. This is Triple H booking Theory versus the entire Raw roster
Is that
because,
Val Venus?
bro, the old pick. All I'm saying is, what did that first hour of Raw just not seem like they were just like they were just bullying like Theory like the whole hour, dog.
See,
Like,
I have my own theories about that. Number one, Raw started off hot, like Raw started off good, and then if you notice throughout the show, the crowd kind of mellowed out a little bit, and it didn't pick back up until the very end. So I don't know if that's a result of like Triple H booking or whether he's trying to continue what Vince has already in place. But it's Raw was a good show, not a great show, and it had a potential to be a great show since they were in Madison Square Gardens. That's their home. If you're going to show out anywhere, you show out there.
so one thing exactly like one, I don't care how bad the shows are, whenever they get to Madison Square Garden, they try to turn up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that show would have been that way. Well, not the beginning, but I feel like that show would have been still good even if Vince was there because they always try to pull out all the stops for Madison Square Garden. Here's a question here. Does Vince run things from the phone?
Probably.
No. I mean, I don't think he will. No, like they've already started they're starting the transition, Now out like we'll see what happens on SmackDown. I'm even more interested for SummerSlam now than I was before because me and DB had a long talk about the matter of fact, we'll get to our predictions. We're going to do our predictions and then we're going to move through some other stuff. I just want to see some more of these comments real quick. And here's one. To be fair, WWE has been collaborating with other companies for a while now. How many companies from Europe are on the network and feature contracted talent? Did we already forget Evolve having so much NXT talent on it? The thing with Evolve, they bought Evolve. So you're like, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. They definitely bought Evolve. Now you could say that WWE kind of killed the UK indie scene because they were kind of almost about to do the same thing to Japan with NXT Japan, but they would have had to purchase Noah or All Japan Pro Wrestling or something like that. So, and yes, this was one of my favorite lines from Raw. Daddy's not here anymore.
I loved it.
Yes. And we all know that the tribal chief moves the needle. You're correct, Brian. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, good. This is a good question. Does Vince go into the Hall of Fame in 2023? It's his Hall of Fame, so absolutely. But I really think this is, once again, y'all know we're all fans here. We all love wrestling. The guys watching and us talking. I think the only thing that stops Vince from going into the Hall of Fame next year is how bad this investigation turns out. Like if it turns out because names. So I watch, me, man. I watch a lot of stuff. I listen to Keeping It 100 with Conan, and they've got the best reporter in the biz, Billy Body, best reporter in the biz. He said there's going to be a report coming out next week that's going to have names, dates, everything. And he's the only person that I know that has been at least 95% accurate with everything he's stated since I've been listening. So it's going to be scary hours real soon.
So let me ask you this. So he comes out with the names and times, dates, places, all this good stuff. If it comes out that one of the people that was involved with Vince, one of the women, is the one that kind of blew the whistle on the whole thing, do you think that it is fair that Vince suffers any consequences because of the fact that they did accept that payment? They signed a non-disclosure agreement, and then they also accepted the money. So now you're saying, I'm going to take your money. Wait a little while. Oh, yep, I changed my mind. Now you're going to go to jail. Well, no. That's to me.
If you committed a crime, you still did the crime. It doesn't matter what you did. You still committed a crime.
Right.
I don't know if it's a crime or if it's just extremely unethical. You know,
The crime was in the embezzlement. The crime
yeah,
wasn't in
because
between the relationship.
they're grown adults. You
There
know,
were two
if there's
consenting adults.
right, if anything else he's guilty of, it's adultery because he damn sure was cheating. Right, you know what I'm saying? And that's for the court of public opinion. Let's see
Yeah.
what we got here. He said he's friends with Pigney. Pat Pigney? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. We got this one right here. I don't think Vince will want to go in until he passes away. He won't want to get that emotional. I'm not going to say that's wrong. I'm not going to say that's. I mean, have we ever seen Vince emotional?
Not on camera. There's been some behind the scenes stuff that's come out, like brief snippets of like documentaries. I think there was a documentary they did on, was it? I don't even remember who it was. It might have been Austin.
Yeah, I mean, probably so, but I don't know. And there's already a couple rumored names. Look, I saw a clip of it was Paul London on Rene Dupree's podcast. I don't even know what it's called, and I apologize. He said that when he was, this is like 2006-ish. He said Ashley Massaro used to be crying to him because Vince would be harassing the hell out of her. You know what I'm saying? Like they be trying to get her to fly on their plane and all this stuff, you know. So like Paul London was like, man, I'm actually surprised like this stuff didn't come out 10 years ago, you know. So I mean, it's wild, bro. Oh yeah, the Eddie tribute is when he got emotional. Okay,
That's
so
right.
look, none of us are legal consultants, legal aids. We're not paralegals. We're not lawyers. We're not public defenders. You know what I'm
Whatever.
saying?
I am the judge of public opinion.
Okay. Well, look, let's get into our SummerSlam predictions. You know, because this is what we do. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
SummerSlam is shaping up
Critical
to be
hit.
good.
What is good? What is good? How you live? Oh, critical hit. Those are my guys right there. Super fire. Super dope. All right. So I'm gonna let you handle the pictures for SummerSlam.
All right.
I just ask that you save the main event for last. And let us as a community, make our picks. I should have asked I need to text DB right now and ask him for his picks as well.
Now, mind you, this is not going to be in the match order, or do you want it in the match order? I can definitely look that up. All right, let me go on over a screen.
He's already taking too long.
Sorry. All right, here we go. So, starting with okay. So the first match, according to what they have on the Bleacher Report, this is going to be the order. Now, of course, subject to change and all that good stuff. But the first match, let me see, it is going to be.
Hold on. He said, Brian wants to know where you got that shirt from. He said, where you get that shirt from? I need that.
Walmart. Gotta love Walmart. Walmart's a great future sponsor of the show. We love Walmart.
Walmart, rolling back those prices.
There you go.
Give us money.
All right, so let's see. The first match on the card, according to the Bleacher Report, is going to be Logan Paul and The Miz.
I did not expect that to be the first one.
Again, this is just according to.
It's okay.
The Bleacher Report.
So I'm going Logan Paul because celebrities rarely lose on these big shows.
Here's my thing,
but not a lot.
Here's my thing.
Logan Paul.
I would normally agree with you because celebrities do rarely lose, but at this point, Logan Paul is a WWE superstar. My struggle is Logan Paul is kind of a dick, and so is The Miz. So it's like in this match, who do I really want to cheer for? Like, it's like,
you know what? I'm with you on that because that segment on Raw, I was like, I don't like either one of these guys.
Yeah, like
they both lose. Like, I think that be a triple threat.
If they would have flipped it and made the Miz a face, then we would have had something. Then I'd be like, yes, I want Miz to win all the way. But now I could care less. But if I had to pick somebody, I just to be different, I'll go with the Miz.
Okay.
I'll say he's gonna win.
All right. What's the next?
All right. Next we have. I should have put these things in order.
Yeah, just run them. Just run them. It doesn't matter what
All
Bleacher
right.
Report has. You know, shout out to
Yeah.
Bleacher Report, by the way.
Yeah, we love Bleacher Report. All right, we got Happy Corbin. Happy Corbin and Pat McAfee.
First off, Bleacher Report, give us money. And I'm going Pat. Well, you know what? There's no reason for Pat McAfee to win this. But I don't choose Baron Corbin in anything. So it's definitely going to be Pat McAfee.
Yeah, it's gonna be Pat. Like out of all this time, he needs his revenge.
Logan Paul only if he punches Miz in the jaw.
Now this is not a match on the card, but I just feel the need to throw this in real quick at the top of the show. I don't that speaks for itself. Anyway, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get off track. Let's go on back to the match card. Let's go on to the tag match.
Beautiful.
Street Profits. The Street Profits versus the Usos.
Wait. Hold on, man. Go back. Because not to the Jay Cargill pick, but did you make your pick?
Oh,
for Pat McAfee and
I did.
Bryant Wilkinson says bum ass Corbin.
Nah, I'm gonna go with Pat. I'm going with Pat McAfee. He's got to get his revenge on this whole situation. It would suck unless they have plans to stretch it out until WrestleMania, which I highly doubt.
I don't know. That's a little too far.
Yeah.
Survivor Series, maybe. Oh, you know what? I just thought about something, and I hate to do this because I know we try to layer our shows a little bit more. But now that like the brand split isn't like it isn't over, but it's not the brand split anymore. So I'm wondering how they're going to do Survivor Series, because now it's champion versus champion. I mean, they used to have like they can still do the women's champs against each other. They had the tag champs against each other. They can't do that anymore. You can't do the world champ versus the universal champ. You can do the Intercontinental versus the IC, but like they're probably gonna have to go back to the traditional Survivor Series format.
And I would like that. I think that would be way better. Way better. Lot less predictable that way, I think.
I dig it. And Harry says Pat is going to mule kick Happy in the chest. Okay, now we can move on. All
right. Street Profits versus the Usos.
So I'm gonna let you choose first this time.
In my heart, I want the Street Profits to win, but I don't think that they're going to. I think the Usos are going to hold that belt all the way until WrestleMania.
So from what I've been gathering from the many Facebook groups I'm in, shout out to the BWO, the Black Wrestling Order, shout out to BWF Black Wrestling Fans, shout out to NAW, Nation of African American Wrestling, shout out to Smash the Mat Discussions, shout out to Talk of Champions, and everybody is expecting that this will be the last match for the Street Profits. After they lose this match is when everybody's expecting for the split to happen. So this is the thing. If everybody's expecting something to happen, is this when you do it? You know, now the only time you can swerve, see, just like Harry said, the winner split up. So I think the biggest swerves in a split is when who turns on who, you know what I'm saying? Because is it like I like what the New Day did. They didn't break up. They was like, hey, we're still a team, but I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Is it that? Did somebody turn heel? And if so, who turns heel? You know,
Montez
Ford.
Ford.
Is it just man, this ain't working, man. Like, I gotta go.
Between the two, Montez Ford is the only one that I can see being able to pull off being a heel.
I mean, because I have the Usos in this. Like, something about the bloodline, man. Like the bloodline with all the belts it's best for business. You know,
we'll talk about that when we get to that match. But all right, so next we have Riddle and Seth freaking Rollins.
Yo, first I would like to say that Seth Rollins came out last night looking like a Soul Train dancer. He came out in like the shiny suit, wiggling his shoulders with the sparkles, and he had enough. You know how like you have the suit, and it was just the little bit of the chest, like he got the taco meat hanging out the chest. You know what I'm saying? If he could dance, like I was looking for Don Cornelius's ghost. Like what is going on out here? So, and
first of all, I have to correct myself on this match. There's a typo in there. You have to say this like J5 would say. It's Seth, Seff. Yes, Seth.
Seth Rollins. So I saw a video. You know, everybody was talking about, WWE's going on TV 14. They're going back to the Attitude Era. And I saw this video. I think it was on TikTok. Not TikTok, because I don't have TikTok. It was on Facebook. And like people are expecting it to be like when they go back to TV 14, it's going to start out like coming to the ring, Seth fucking Rollins. I know.
Well, I will say this. I think they've already made the switch to TV 14. They just haven't content-wise done anything to TV 14. I think we saw a hint of that. Miss Magnificent. No,
look at that.
Shut up, Wendell. Shut up.
Source said Mr. Magnificent knows about turning on someone. Yes, he does.
I don't know it. I'm going to ignore that comment from Mr. Wendell, but anywho,
Mr. Wendell.
I thought about that song too. Yeah. But anyway, I think we saw the transition to TV 14 a little bit with Maurice's promo this week when she came out with the purse with the two balls and she couldn't pronounce with all that good stuff.
Maurice. I was like, who the hell is Maurice? I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but I think we're going to see a lot more of it now that Triple H is in charge. This is with them going to TV 14 and him being in charge is like perfect timing. Like perfect timing. So I think it's going to be a slow transition, but I think each and every week we're going to see just a little bit more of the TV 14 side.
Okay. So getting back to the question, Harry says he's going Seth. He needs to build up his supervillain status. Fun fact. Did you guys know that Seth Rollins has the most losses this year? He's got over 50 losses. Can you even tell? Because I had no idea. Like, I knew he lost some matches. I knew he lost a 3 to Cody, but I didn't realize he was losing that much. And I think this is why they say wins and losses don't matter, because he's still, to me, Seth is still top of it. Probably not. He can still be a main event player at any point in time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But in my mind, he still is a main event player.
This match is kind of, this is going to be a toss-up for me because Seth has been losing all year, pretty much. He's been losing all year, apparently, but Riddle hasn't exactly been winning either. So True. Who do you give the win to? Like, for me, I would. And another thing, Riddle is over like a mug, bro. Yo, outside of like, I really think outside of like Roman, I think Riddle is like top 3 as far as most over. Like the crowd, like you don't have to do nothing for it. As soon as his music hits, they're hyped, and they change his theme music too. I ain't like that.
Yeah, I don't know who to give it to. I would say, I think maybe Riddle goes over, and I think we see maybe Randy Orton come back and celebrate with him, whatever, congratulations, yada, and then turn on him, and then that starts to feud between Orton and Riddle.
I think he's going to be gone for the rest of the year.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I don't even know what his injury was. I know he's injured.
It's a back injury.
Okay, yeah. So, I don't know. I still think Riddle. I'm gonna go with Riddle.
I'm going Seth. Just because I'm just going Seth. I'm going Seth. Yeah, Wendell agrees. Also, he says Seth. Yeah, so we're going Seth Rollins.
All right. So let's see. Let's continue on down the line, and let's go with Lashley and Theory.
This is going to be interesting.
It is.
But I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm going Lashley. I think Lashley hands Theory his ass, and then, then he'll cash it later. But I do not I have no, like, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't even expect Lashley to beat Theory the first time. I thought they were gonna find some way to screw Theory out of the title, because I was like, they made this big deal about him being the youngest, U.S. champ, and then they took the belt off. I didn't see that coming. So, kudos to them for that. I didn't see that coming, but this time I don't think he's gonna win.
Nah, not at all. It'd be interesting if he did, but nah, not at all. Let's see. We got okay, Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan.
I don't think I could be any less excited for a match. I don't think I could. Like, I don't care. I do not care about this match, and look, and like, I've been critical of Liv Morgan, and I'm giving her a chance, and I'm being open-minded, but like, I think at this time it has nothing to do with Liv. Like, I think I don't know what they're doing with Ronda, and I don't know, man. I'm going Liv because she doesn't need to lose, but
I'll go Liv
really
Morgan too. I'll go Liv Morgan too, but I don't think it'll be a clean victory. I think there has to be some kind of interference or something, because Ronda Rousey is billed as the baddest woman on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, who's
it's not going to be clean. It's definitely not going to be clean.
Yeah, there has to be something.
Somebody might interfere on her behalf.
At this point, since Vince is out, could we say maybe a Sasha Banks?
Possibly. Possibly.
It will be different. All right, that's just my thought. Or Naomi.
Wait, he said bathroom break. Linda said bathroom break. Brian Wilkins said Liv Morgan. Oh, dang, boy, y'all rough out here. Liv only because Ronda moves around like a Tekken character. Boy, y'all are brutal.
Not the Tekken character.
But you know what? Shayna coming out and attacking Ronda would be interesting. But then who's the face? Because it's not Shayna. And I think, like, and Ronda's hard to cheer. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't mind her being in WWE. I do not mind at all. Like, I really like her being in WWE. I just need her to be, like, not a face, because I feel like it would be so much more natural for her to just be a heel. Just be a heel.
I 100% agree. 100% agree. So, since we're on the women, let's continue on that track with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair.
Now this one, I don't expect this to end clean at all. I expect somebody to come through. Now, I don't know if he was talking about, I don't know if Harry says Charlotte interference, maybe. Are we talking Ronda and Liv or Naomi and Bianca? And the reason I could see something happening, and I just don't think this Becky and Bianca match is ending clean. I'm going Bianca, like, because this is how the story comes full circle. It started at SummerSlam last year, 26 seconds. I don't think they're just gonna they're not gonna squash Becky. They're not gonna squash Becky, but I do expect Bianca to win.
I 100% agree with that, just because, for no other reason, I just like looking at Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, let me put it in terms you would understand. Bianca Belair is my Jade Cardigan.
Look now. I understand, because they are both beautiful women. Oh, how's this? That just reminds me. Kevin Dunn, there's a report that said Kevin Dunn told Becky Lynch that she wouldn't be champion because she isn't attractive enough. No, or she said dudes wouldn't want to bang her or something. I gotta find the article. I saw that. Like, when I saw that, he about to get fired. Now that Vince is gone,
he is so gone. If he made that comment, and they could prove that he said it.
No, it's crazy, because it's crazy he would say something like that, because because Kevin Dunn looks like a beaver rabbit mixed. Like it's like,
As a
bro,
matter of
what are
fact,
you
I'm
talking
gonna
about?
try to find a picture of him right now.
Like you can't be talking like that, bro. Like it's wild.
Let's see. I think I found one. Let me see if I can upload it
Hey,
real quick.
you did that pretty fast. Okay, let me find out somebody learned how to use his computer.
Yeah, it only took what, about a year?
Yeah, so
Let
like,
me
come
see.
on,
Let me
son.
see.
I don't even know what the dude. I don't even know what Kevin Dunn looks like. But I seen like I think I seen a picture and I was like, this guy's talking about who's attractive. Like, look, no matter what you're into, like, don't
You said the way you said that is like, ew.
don't do that.
Look, just
So,
when you were bragging about the computer, oh, he's getting faster. I can't find the picture.
it's
Like I
okay.
said,
Don't worry
I,
about it. Don't worry
I
about it.
saved it. But
Let's
anyway,
move on. Let's move on. Let's move on.
yes. Let's go to. Let me scroll back up. Okay,
I
we
think we
did.
should be getting close to the.
Yeah, I think we're at the main event.
Are we at the main event?
Yeah, we did the tag match. We did Seth Riddle, Lashley in Theory, Ronda and Liv
And
Morgan.
Gunther doesn't have a match against Shinsuke.
I hadn't
Nah,
heard. Maybe it's pre-show.
yeah, it could be.
So I guess if we covered everything, that leaves Brock and Roman.
For the last time ever.
I have my theories on this match.
Look at that. Ken over there being the Kevin Dunn of STM, picking
What?
Bianca because she's nice to look at. Ain't that a kick in the head?
I
Ain't
don't.
that a mother?
Hey, I'm not speaking from a position of authority like Kevin Dunn is. I'm speaking as a fan of the wrestling product.
Smile too, like, yeah.
Kevin
So,
Dunn really does look like a rat, though. Really does look like a rat.
Master Splinter. You know what I'm saying? He
Oh,
like Ratatouille. That's what he looked like.
ugh. But yes, I got
You know
sidetracked.
who he looks like? Kevin Dunn looks like 50 Goes West. That's what he
Yes,
looks like. Yeah,
I'm gonna
bro.
find this picture.
Okay, but look,
Continue. Go ahead.
Brock, yeah, go ahead. You do that. I'll do this. Brock versus Roman. This is going to be so interesting. Last man standing match, right? Last man standing match. It's their last match ever. Maybe. That's what they say.
I think it will be the last match ever, but I have my own reasoning behind it, and it's probably pretty obvious. Probably because of the reports that we got of Brock walking out.
He's
on
Vince is gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone.
Yeah. By the way,
who's gonna argue with Brock? Who's got two thumbs in this? Not gonna argue with Brock. This guy. Not me, bro. You want to go? Man, I'm so sorry to see you. You sure you want to go? Come on, man.
Yeah, no, you ain't gotta go.
You ain't gotta go. So look, me and DB talked about this, and he came up with a very interesting like Theory's been saying it over and over and over. As soon as when you guys are done, I'm coming out, I'm walking out, and I'm winning the belt. So DB has a theory, and I actually like this idea because I don't like the idea of Theory pinning either one of these guys. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. But Theory had DB had an idea. What if Theory comes out while the match is going on? They both knock each other out, and neither one of them make the 10 count. And Theory's just like standing around. Would that make him the champion? That would be that would be like, this is what we thought about before Vince retired, right? So what is the way that you can get mega heat? How do you get mega heat? You take the belt off of Roman, you take it off of Brock, you give it to a guy who literally didn't have to do a damn thing to win the belts. All he got to do, he could have just been out there. They could have, matter of fact, not even while they're out there, they're both down. The ref is counting 5. He runs down there with the money in the bank, gives it. Start the match. 7, 8, 9. They do that, and he's just standing there.
Well, he can win but he can't win the belts because the belts don't change hands on a count out. And if I'm
No, it's last man standing.
oh yeah,
Last
that's
man
true.
standing. Now, we've never heard of a triple threat last man standing, just like Windows said. It could be a first time thing, you
Yeah.
know. And I made sure, and you see that I gave DB the credit because I was thinking, you know, I see, like my idea was, hold up. I think I'm missing. That would be so dope. And he'll get major heat. Exactly. Major heat, dog. Like, how angry would everybody? I would be pissed at that. And even me saying it now, if it happened, I'd be like, I can't believe it really happened.
I'm just thinking about it from a technical aspect, though. Like, I agree. Like, that would be
Yeah, no, I
freaking
get it.
awesome. But like, technically, if he cashes in the Money in the Bank, that starts another match. So he technically
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
I
part
know.
of the triple threat match.
Unless, I mean, add you to the same match. Maybe it becomes a triple threat last man standing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite finishes from a last man standing match is from NXT. Now, I don't remember which one. It was Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa. And they were both laid out. And matter of fact, I think Tommaso Ciampa was handcuffed. He was handcuffed to something, so he couldn't get up. But and I don't exactly remember how it happened, but Gargano was knocked out, Ciampa was knocked out, and all Ciampa did, he just happened to roll off of whatever he is laying on, and he landed on his feet. He was bent over, but he was on his feet, and he ended up winning the last man standing match like that. And I was like, holy shit, that was one of the most creative ways I ever seen somebody win a match. Matter of fact, Wendell said that's how Seth won. Yeah. That is how he won. He cashed it, but it wasn't a last man standing match. But he cashed in at WrestleMania. It was Brock versus Roman. You know, the heist of the century. Cashed in, won in a triple threat. So I think it could happen. And who's saying it can't happen?
Yeah. I mean, by all means, it's WWE logic. So, you know, they control the rules, so they can flip it and change it at any point that they feel like it, whether it makes sense to us or not.
So I have one last theory. So
I see what you did there.
so I have this idea in my head that I haven't said to anybody, and I don't know how this would work. But if they wanted to split the belts back up, right? Now that Triple H is in charge, if they wanted to split the belts, I have this in my head. Let's say Theory cashes in, you know, and he wins the belts, right? And the next Monday on Raw, Paul Heyman comes out, and he's to the effect. I'm not writing a scene. I just have this in my head. What if Paul Heyman makes the case that you can only win one championship with the Money in the Bank briefcase? One championship. So that would mean instead of you taking both titles, you'd have to give one of them back to whoever won the match.
Ooh.
So I think that would be a very interesting way to split the titles up again if you want. And then you said you combined the belts. You did it for, it wasn't even 6 months, 4 or 5 months. Then you split them back apart.
I think that's a phenomenal idea. But the only thing I would change with that is instead of just giving it back, there has to be some sort of tournament or process or something to earn that belt back. You don't just say, I'll take this one and give the other one back.
I mean, I don't disagree with that either. And I've been thinking about this also. Brian Wilkinson said, or he could cash in and lose his cash in match. And now that Triple H is in charge, I'm starting to think now, like while Vince is, I was like, oh man, Theory about to do it. But now, what he could lose.
He could.
And you also got to think about the Usos.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, like I said, I stick with my prediction from earlier. The Usos are going to ride with that belt until WrestleMania.
No, I'm talking about defending Roman.
Oh yeah, you know that's going to happen. They're gonna be involved in that unless something major happens to them in their match. They're definitely coming out.
Yeah. So I believe that will conclude with our predictions for SummerSlam.
I have something for you though, G.
Yes.
Here is Kevin Dunn.
Oh my God.
This photo has not been doctored up in any way. He just wakes up and looks like that.
Bro. He looks like the Hannibal Lecter mask. He doesn't look like Hannibal Lecter. He looks like the mask that he wore. Bro, you cannot be serious.
Yes, that. In fact, I'm gonna. After the show, G, don't delete that picture. We're saving that picture.
Oh yeah, we gotta save that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that pic as a meme.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Anytime somebody says something like completely stupid, just give them the.
Exactly. That's the when your boy when you ask your boy to holler at a chick and she said what he looked like.
Oh God bless it.
Oh man. Oh man.
That's messed up.
Man. Yo. Yeah, wow. I see that, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Mike sent me the picture also. Yeah. Oh man, y'all wow. You know good and damn well.
Hey.
Yes, right. Look at this. Okay, pal. I'm calling the cop face. Bro, Kevin, dog.
What can you say? That's good old Kevin Dunn.
When you come home and catch your wife sleeping with the mailman. Bro. Yeah, y'all wow. Okay. All right. Because look, not only is this streaming live so people can watch it, this is also going to be on all our podcasting platforms from Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio. This part, they ain't gonna understand this part at all because they're like, what are they laughing at? We're laughing at Kevin Dunn.
Yes, please Google a picture of Kevin Dunn. Bro, if you're listening and not watching, Google it. You will not regret it.
Because Kevin Dunn looks like mashed potatoes. That's why.
Kevin Dunn looks like the guy from the Goonies. Like, hey, you go,
baby root sloth. Okay. All right. Look, let's move on. Okay. So, also this weekend, and I'm happy that I actually saw this. It is the return of Ring of Honor. Death Before Dishonor was this past Saturday in Lowell, Massachusetts. Shout out to my boy Eddie Sanford. My boy Eddie was at the show, man.
Oh, wow.
And also want to send a shout out to Caprice Coleman because Caprice Coleman and Ian Riccaboni, they were back at it, doing their thing. They did an excellent job on commentary. Man,
Caprice is all over the place right now, and I mean that in a good way.
Yes, he is.
That brother, I scroll through my Facebook timelines, and he's posting videos and sketches, and he's on Ring of Honor and AEW. It's like, wow.
Man, look. So the big news out of Death Before Dishonor, I don't even know if they even had a picture of the match. It was Claudio Castagnoli versus Jonathan Gresham for the Ring of Honor World Championship. Claudio won in like 9 minutes. And apparently before the show, Jonathan Gresham they said he cussed him out. He cussed out Tony Khan. Cussed him out that he wants to be released from his contract from AEW / Ring of Honor.
Boy, he better let the ink dry on that contract before.
Bro, he feels the word now. I read this in some groups as well. The word is he felt disrespected that one, he wasn't even getting shine on the AEW shows, and then his first show back with Ring of Honor, and you're going to have him lose to a guy that was in another company. Now I see it both ways. Because I can understand Jonathan Gresham's frustration. I absolutely can. He's been defending that before Tony Khan bought Ring of Honor. Like Jonathan Gresham was defending that belt everywhere. You know what I'm saying? He was taking it everywhere. He's been down to Terminus. He's been here. He's been there. He's been carrying, the flag of while people didn't know what was going on. Meanwhile, Tony Khan has it. Maybe like I thought that he was just buying it for the library, but like they threw a pay-per-view. So yes, that looks like a okay. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So this is my thing, right? Because I'm wondering, and we really got to get Caprice back on the show. I hope we can. I
Yeah.
hope we can. But I'm wondering, what are the like? I'm hoping they can do a TV situation for Ring of Honor again. And if they are, then I understand why they took the belt off of them, because you need a the name of somebody that people know as your flagship. That's kind of like what AEW did with Chris Jericho. You know, John Moxley was one of their first champions. Well, you know, it was Jericho first, obviously. You know, but I mean, I get it, but I feel for Jonathan Gresham though. I really do. I really do.
I think the way that Tony Khan thinks, he thinks he doesn't think in terms of necessarily long-term storytelling. He's like, who's the bigger star? Who's more well known? Who's more of a household name? And I think that's how he made that decision. As good as Gresham is, and he's good.
He's better than good. He's amazing. Jonathan Gresham is amazing.
He just doesn't have the name recognition yet.
No,
that a Claudio does.
He doesn't. And you know what's crazy? Like this new Ring of Honor might seem like AEW light. You know what I'm saying? But look, I mean, if they get a show and stuff, then I'm happy for them, because just like I said to EC3 last week, you know, one of the things I appreciate about AEW is like they're giving a lot of people a chance to be seen. So if he can revive Ring of Honor and you know, give people a chance to be seen, you know what I'm saying, people get to keep their jobs and stuff. There's a lot of great wrestlers that were there. You know, that show was a great show. Death Before Dishonor was a great show. Like I ain't blowing smoke, nothing. Every match was good. Even the matches I wasn't too sure about, they were still good. You know what I'm saying? So
and I don't think Tony Khan, I read an article earlier where he doesn't see Ring of Honor as a what do you call it, like a step down, like the equivalent of NXT, for example.
Good. Well, he doesn't need to treat it like that then.
Right.
He doesn't treat it like that. But I think that's why he kept all the champions, like, you know, Mercedes Martinez. I think that's why they took the belts off of all the non-con, like they took the pure title off of Josh Woods, put it on Wheeler Yuta. They took I don't even remember who. Oh no, Roxy, who's now, what's her name? Roxanne Perez at NXT. She was the Ring of Honor Women's Champ at Final Battle, and then she lost it to, I forgot who she lost it to, but I know Mercedes Martinez is the champ now. Samoa Joe is a TV champion. You know, FTR, man, that FTR Briscoes match was so good. I didn't even see the first one. But the second one, probably the best tag team match I've ever seen.
I missed it. I was on the road.
You tripping, dog. That finish was spectacular, man. Like they did they put on a clinic. The Briscoes and FTR put on a mother-loving clinic of wrestling, dog. Tag team wrestling lives, man. Like that's like, I think that was one of the things that disappointed me about what Tony Khan said, like a couple days, like the day before, because like, bro, like you just put the work out.
Yeah,
just let these guys do their thing. And they killed it. Like Samoa Joe and Jay Lethal wasn't a bad match. Like every match was good. They definitely closed it out the right way. They made FTR and the Briscoes the main event. They had to, because they would have outshined anybody.
You know who I would like to see? I would like to see, and I don't know if we've seen this already or not before, but at least I don't remember. Caprice Coleman and Jay Lethal.
Yeah, they wrestled before.
Have they?
Yeah, bro, I watched their match on YouTube like last year. They wrestled back in 2016. You can pull that up right now, dog. Yeah. That's happened. That's back when, that was around the time when he was doing Coleman's Pulpit.
Yeah, okay. Absolutely. I was gonna say I'll pull it up, but I can't show it on the podcast. We might get shut down.
Yeah. We know about that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. FTR is absolutely the best tag team of wrestlers. Like, that's, bro, it's ridiculous. Bro, they're the AAA tag team champions. They're the New Japan tag team champions. They are the Ring of Honor tag team champions. Come on now. They look, if they
on top of the world.
If they beat Swerve and Keith Lee, I wouldn't even be mad. I wouldn't even be mad if they messed around and beat them for the tag titles. Like, I wouldn't even be mad about it. And shout out to them for winning. Shout out to Swerve and Our Glory for being the AEW tag team champions. Shout out to them.
Yes,
because I didn't see that coming, and it happened, and it was what it was.
It was a swerve.
Yes, it's definitely a swerve. So this weekend is SummerSlam. A lot of things are going on this weekend. Not only is this weekend SummerSlam, but this weekend is also this Sunday, matter of fact, the last time we'll see Ric Flair wrestle. His last match. That's right. It's a show called Starcast, and I had the card right there, and then I started adding stuff, and I lost it.
That's okay. I have it in front of me.
Good. Excellent. Now the only thing is we don't have the usually we have the pictures, but I guess they didn't make the pictures.
Yeah, they have on their website. It's like I'm looking video.
At it. Yeah. So we're not gonna do that because we're not trying to get we're not gonna play that. we're not trying to get like I think we learned our lesson already. So this is the card. This is the card. It's gonna be the Von Erichs, Marshall and Ross, Kevin Von Erich's sons, the Von Erichs versus Dim Boys, the Briscoes. And this is a first time ever matchup. The Briscoes and the Von Erichs. That's gonna be crazy. So they've got a matchup from New Japan. It's going to be Clark Connors versus Ren Narita. Ren. From MLW, they're going to have, oh, wait a minute. They got Killer Cross with Scarlett Bordeaux versus Harry Smith. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. British Bulldog's son. That's going to be a good one. They're going to have Rachel Ellering versus Deonna Purrazzo versus Jordan Grace for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not for that belt. It's just Jordan Grace is just the champion.
I just put 2 and 2 together, and I know you're gonna be like, "Yeah, duh, you're slow." Rachel Ellering, she was in that seminar we went to.
Yes,
she was like off in the cut, like watching.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Chris Hero, yes, and she's Paul Ellering's daughter.
Yeah,
the legendary manager for Legion of Doom and Authors of Pain.
Wow.
Yes.
Talk about a slow moment. I just put that together like almost a year later.
Yes. They're also, let's see what else. I just had it and I just lost it again. All right. Also on that card, it will be a world title match, Impact World Championship. This is going to be better than good. Josh Alexander, the Impact World Champion, versus Jacob Fatu. The leader of Contra. Look, look, he's not the Samoan Bulldozer, but he's going to be
Samoan Dynasty.
Yes, man, look. Then there's going to be, this is probably going to be the match of the night. Ray Phoenix versus Taurus versus Laredo Kid versus Bandito in a 4-way match. That's going to be bananas.
Wow.
Then we have the Wolves. Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards will be taking on the Motor City Machine Guns. That's an Impact Dream Tag rematch. Yeah, that's going to be crazy.
Why do I feel like it's been a long time since I've seen a Motor City Machine Guns?
Yeah, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. Actually, I think they team more than Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards now, because Eddie Edwards is in MLW. Well, he's all over the place. And Eddie Edwards is in Impact. Davey Richards was in MLW. Also, they're going to have Kerry and Ricky Morton versus Brian Pillman Jr. and Brock Anderson. So this is Ricky and Kerry Morton with Robert Gibson in their corner, the Rock and Roll Express, versus Brian Pillman Jr. versus Brock Anderson with Arn Anderson in their corner. That's going to be. Then they
Brock
have
Anderson. That
yeah,
name sounds familiar. I wonder
yeah,
from where.
that's right.
They'll be back.
Yep. Then there's a bunkhouse battle royal. Then, speaking of, it's going to be, what is this? It's a 4 corners match. Jonathan Gresham versus Nick Wayne versus Alan Angels versus Konosuke Takashita.
See, they had me sold right there. It's when they called it a 4 corners match. Like that's no, I mean that's old school. It's not a fatal 4-way and all this. It's 4 corners match. I like that.
Right. And obviously the main event is going to be Ric Flair and Andrade El Idolo versus Jeff Jarrett, J-E double F, J-A-R-R-E-T-T, and Jay Lethal, Black Machismo.
Which explains why earlier in the year we saw them training together.
Mm-hmm.
Flair and Lethal. There were some videos.
Bro, Jeff Jarrett about to get paid. He's
oh my God, yeah.
He's doing SummerSlam the night before. He's going to be the special guest ref in the Usos and Street Profits match. Then the next day in Nashville, he gets a team with Jay Lethal and Russell Ric Flair and Andrade.
Wow, lucky. And little known fact, the referee for that match is going to be Mike Chioda.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe it is. Coming out of retirement.
Oh, crap. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, man. There's just so much going on. Oh, yeah. So just understand. Hold on, let me send this message. Yeah, so there's so much going on in wrestling right now, man. We've got Vince McMahon retiring, Triple H taking over. You know, SummerSlam this weekend. That's gonna be wild. Then we have AEW coming back. Oh man, you know what? Mr. Magnificent didn't see the match. That Eddie Kingston Jericho barbed wire everything match was so trash. It was so trash, dog. Like, and it probably would have been okay. Like, you could see Chris Jericho like blading, like, dog. You can see him blade himself. You know what I'm saying? Where's my picture at? I had a picture in here somewhere. Is that it? Yeah, man. Like, this is just, oh gosh, it was so bad. I mean, it. Did y'all see when it was Sammy go? First off, let's talk about the shark cage situation. They had a shark cage above the ring. They had a shark cage above the ring. They got the Jericho Appreciation Society in there. They had Ruby Soho with the key and with the lever. So Ty Conti and what's her name? Anna Jay. They come out. They beat up Ruby Soho. They bring the cage down, and then they can't unlock the cage. They can't unlock the cage. So you know what? So they're like, oh, what do we do? They can't unlock the cage. So the Jericho Appreciation Society, they said they just slide out the side. They slide out the side of the cage. So are you trying to tell me that they could have done this the whole time? They was up there. They could have slid out the side of the cage the whole time, but they decided to stay up there for like no reason. I almost forgot they were there until Ty Conti and them came out. Bro, that was so bad. Like, I'm like, usually it's crazy because like they started the show off really good, but that main event was so bad. Then they had the whole situation with Sammy Guevara holding Eddie Kingston, and Jericho's about to do something to him, and like he ducks, and then he throws Jericho into him, and then he goes for the back fist, and he misses the back fist, and like when he throws Jericho into Sammy, they hold each other, they lock up, they hold each other, and I don't even know what they were trying to do.
Did you say they held each other?
Bro, I wish I had a video that I could put on the show. Dog, it was terrible. matter of fact, when this is over, I'm going to send you the video.
Okay.
I don't want to get, you know, I don't want to get us kicked off. So by playing it now, but it was really, really, really bad. like as much as I try to, I be trying to give AEW a chance, man. And I don't dislike them. But like, there's just some things I just wish they do better. Just like with WWE, I wish they do a lot of things better. But
AEW is going to get complacent because of everything that's going on with WWE. I think they feel like that they already won.
It's not even that. Like the thing with AEW is AEW, they only cater to their hardcore fan base. They only cater to like this group of people. This group of people. That's it. Like they don't try to like bring in outside fan. Like I think the only time they tried was the week before when they had Kevin Gates on the show. You know, matter of fact, I think this was the same show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was the same show. But like I almost forgot about all that other by the time we got to the main event, I didn't forgot everything else that happened because like I'm looking at this like y'all can't be serious. And I was just sitting there watching it like, and Lord knows like Eddie Kingston is a great talker. He's a great talker. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's a terrible wrestler, but like they don't put him in good looking situations.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. They don't care. Like if you're not in this bubble, that's it. Like here's another example. They did a backstage segment with Thunder Rosa, and she's like, "Hey, Yonosuke, whoever the hell, when I face you, you're gonna be the best. Like I know you're the best wrestler in Japan, and this, and this." I have no idea who she was talking about. They didn't show us a picture. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? They didn't give me a thumbnail. They didn't show a video. I don't know who the hell she talking about. They didn't show a clip of her doing a drop kick. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's because they work under the assumption that you know who these people are.
Like, how am I supposed to? How do you want me to follow this if you? It's crazy, man. They killing me with that, dog. They killing me. Like I really wait. Oh yeah. When Mark Sterling said Kevin is like young M.A., oh bro, that was funny as hell. That was hilarious. Actually, I like that whole sequence. Like that whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was cool with that. That was hilarious though. He's like Kevin Gates. For a second, I thought that was young M.A. And I was like, oh yeah, that was good stuff. That was good. Man. Yeah. They showed a clip where if they showed it on the show, they didn't do it while she was talking. They be losing me, man. They be losing me. Like, and I think like matter of fact, somebody, I think it was in BWF, they asked the question, and the question was, what do you think WWE does better than AEW? What do you think AEW does better than WWE? For me, I think WWE does a better job of making things make sense. Like their stories are very coherent. Like if you miss 3 weeks of Raw, when you watch Raw the next time, they will catch you up on everything that happened. They will, hey, couple weeks, hey, 3 weeks ago this happened, and a month ago this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and this happened. If you like, there was
you know what?
We train on Wednesdays, so I don't get to watch a lot of AEW. So there was probably like a month I didn't get to see AEW at all. When I got back to it, I know what the was going on.
I'm not going to drop any names, but a mutual friend of ours, you know, who's had appearances on all of those shows, recently was telling me the main difference between the two, and it's that WWE, they do long-term storytelling because they're a TV show. They're more of a sitcom type TV show than wrestling. You have about this much wrestling and this many promos to tell that story on the show, whereas AEW is the complete opposite of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Raw, WWE, they make TV shows with wrestling.
Yes.
And AEW makes wrestling shows that happen to be on TV. It's a big difference. It's just, bro, like AEW does a terrible job of like filling you in on stories. I don't care, like it just is what it is, man. Like I do feel like AEW will produce better matches. It like AEW can produce better matches, and they can and they let their talent off the leash. So that gives them a real good chance to, so they can show their stuff. So AEW is really good with the in-ring stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But like when they put on a banger of a match, they put on a banger of a match. Like, because everything in WWE, you can feel like it could be like a slower pace, or it could be this or that. Like it could be predictable at times. I understand that because I feel the same way. AEW is a lot looser in the ring, which is not always a good thing, because sometimes like I'll be scared for some of those guys, man. But like, that's why they say this is not ballet. But
And
I do feel like AEW does a better job of like in-ring product, but that's it. Because like WWE, like they are second to none when it comes to production, to telling a story. They are second to none, bro. To none.
Yeah, the same guy that I was just talking about, that was telling me all this stuff, said the exact same thing that you just said. I mean, WWE is more, they're better at storytelling than AEW is. AEW is a wrestling show.
See, but
Whereas,
no. And you're right. And I'm sorry to cut you off. I just got to say this. Like, you could start watching wrestling for the first time. You could watch a WWE show, and like you'll understand that, okay, this is happening because something happened before this happened before I started watching. This happened before I started watching. This happened before I started watching. That's why this is happening. AEW is here.
yeah,
Eat it.
because they like I said, they don't cater to the quote unquote wrestling fan. They just cater to the people that are into what they're doing at that time. That's why that's the other point he made, that WWE, if you notice, they wrestle less as far as the stuff they do within the matches. It's all simple stuff because they're a weekly show and they're on the road 24/7. Whereas AEW, what, once or twice a week?
They wrestle about once or twice a week. So I know it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier on the people, and I know that's a blessing, because I don't know how I could be taking bumps 3-4 times a week. That's crazy, But here's an interesting question that I've been seeing all day. Question: how is it Wardlow can fight off 20 security guards, but it takes him 20 minutes to beat Orange Cassidy? And it took him even less time than that to beat Scorpio Sky, who was a TNT champion. But I heard Scorpio Sky was hurt. Now, see, I didn't see Wardlow taking on those 20 guys, and I didn't see him fight Orange Cassidy. But I've seen like 80 people ask the same question. Like that, the booking is like, come on, man. Like they be kept like. I look at WWE stands and I'll be like, word. And I look at AEW stands and I'm like, word. Like, you got to call a spade a spade. Like WWE is not all good and AEW is not all good. Like WWE isn't all bad and AEW isn't all bad. Like, they both have their hits and misses. It just depends on what do you focus on more. Whose do you focus on more? Because I've seen some really bad stuff from both, but the stuff the most of the time, the really bad stuff from WWE is just creative wise.
Yeah,
that's like, true. You know what I'm saying? Like some of it's like, I'll give AEW credit because they probably don't do as many corny things, but the corny things they don't do, like, and the corny things they don't do with promos, like. They do twice as many botches like in the ring, And some of those spots are cringeworthy. Yes. You know what? I'm starting to understand like Cornette more. Like, but I will say this though, like, because I listen to a lot of Cornette. Cornette is like when he probably knows, he's probably one of the top 5 best wrestling minds out there.
Yeah,
like, but he really does not like Kenny Omega. He does not like Kenny Omega, bro. Like, God, like it's getting to the point where, like, damn, dog, like, stall him out, G. Stall him out, Debo.
I know this is a bit off topic. We talked about this earlier, but I just got to jump back for a quick second. Yeah, it just came out that Vince is under federal investigation officially now.
Bro.
So those same people that he beat for the steroids case.
That's why he retired, because it's about to get bad. It's about to get real bad, really bad.
Yeah, man. They got mad because he kept bragging about how he beat the steroid case. They're like, "Oh, we got you now."
It's just like, yeah, look, it's just like OJ. Like, they let me off, but then they wrote a book. See, if I did do it, I would have did like this, like, bro, just shh and just go. Just take your wins, be quiet, and keep doing what you're doing. But nope, people love to brag.
And I can see Vince in court now. The judge going, "Well, I see all these charges. The chances of you getting out of jail are no chance." And this theme music plays, they handcuff him, and he still struts. Let's hope it doesn't get there. Let's hope it doesn't get there.
Yeah. Seeing Vince strut with handcuffs on, that would be hilarious too. Could he even do it?
He'd try.
Yeah.
Throw his shoulder out of joint.
Yeah, exactly. No, this was fun. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't put the banner up to make sure you guys follow us, man. Make sure you follow us on all social media. You know what I'm saying? If you're on the Facebook page, shout out to you. Smash the mat. If you're on the Twitter, because we're streaming live. Shout out to Twitter for allowing you to stream live on them now.
Hey, real quick, before we wrap up, can we talk about the stuff with EC3 this weekend? Isn't that this weekend?
You know what? I can't believe that I almost went through this without doing that.
Yes.
Also this weekend, if you happen to be in North Carolina, you want to go to SummerSlam, but you just can't make it. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you what you can do. I'm going to tell you what you can do this Saturday. SummerSlam is Saturday, but
yes,
if you're not far from the Winston-Salem area, what you could do, you could come on down to the AML Future Stars of Wrestling show. Okay, it's CYN versus the Future Stars of Wrestling, the projects of Control Your Narrative. That is me and a bunch of other guys you love. You know what I'm saying? And we will be taking on the Future Stars of AML. That is going down this Saturday at the AML Pro Wrestling Training Center. That's 4421 Cherry Street in Winston-Salem. My fellow wrestlers, if you are listening and you want a chance to be a part of CYN, they are having a seminar early that morning, 8:30 in the morning at that same place, 8:30 to 11. So make sure you hit up the people at AML or go to EC3's social media page, The Real EC3, and for a chance for that. And
yeah, I heard that seminar was at 8:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm going. And it's at 8:30. I was like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, in Winston-Salem, my friend. Which means you have to leave your house
like
early.
5 in the morning. But you know what? Opportunities like this do not come along often.
This is true.
So I am going. I'm going to suck it up, go to sleep early the night before, and go over here and, go through this seminar and probably get my ass chewed out by EC3. But that's okay.
It's all good. It is all good. And you know what? I'm glad, because that reminds me of something else that I have to send myself so that we can see. So that is Saturday, and also on that show, where we at? Is this? I'm gonna make sure I'm looking at the right one. Oh, you deleted it. It's okay. But I'm in a match on that show. So the next day, Sunday, in Goldsboro, which is only an hour from Fayetteville. If you happen to live in the Fayetteville area, it's only an hour. You know what I'm saying? You can go to, I'm going to bring it up. Oh, that's the main event. But you know what? We'll leave that up there. The main event of the Awakening show is CYN versus AML Wrestling, The Awakening, Sunday, July the 31st. That is at the W.A. Foster Rec Center. It's a new building in Goldsboro. It's a new rec center, 1012 South John Street. The main event will be EC3, Austin Aries, and the Titan, Adam Scherr, formerly known as Braun Strowman, versus them damn Dawsons. The Dawson brothers and John Schuyler. Okay. You definitely do not want to miss that one either. And that one's going to be super dope as well. And they're having the everybody gets a trophy battle royal. Now, at first, I wasn't going to go to the show, but then when I found out that I could get a trophy for being in a battle royal, I was like, you know what?
I want a trophy. I'm gonna go.
Exactly, right? You know what I'm saying?
Everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody gets a trophy. It's a participation award, So make sure you do that. And if you need tickets for that, you can go to for the Saturday show, futurestarsofaml.com. Was it? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back. I think it was. Let's see. Okay. Tickets are available at futurestarsofamlwrestling.com. Okay. And then if you need tickets to the show in Goldsboro, it's at amlwrestling.com. And I saw a comment that I wanted to throw up here as well, going back to the Vince thing. It's like the situation with John Gruden. You can't have a coach remain a coach while all these accusations are in the forefront. No, you cannot. That's a distraction. It's a distraction.
I would agree.
Yes. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you another reason why it's going to be a busy weekend, because on Friday, Smash City will be going up to Greensboro for the Hit Club Pro show. Hit Club Pro, no regrets. That's going to be at the Firestar Building, 4361 Federal Drive in Greensboro, North Carolina. Look, you see Black as Jack, AC Mack, Savannah Evans is going to be there. Trisha Dora. I can't wait to meet Trisha Dora because I'm a huge fan. I see my man Alexander Moss. I see David Ali. I see Exotic Youth. Joe Black is going to be there. Sean Dean is going to be there. Yeah. There's going to be some heavy hitters in the building, bro. There's going to be some heavy hitters in Greensboro this Friday.
I see what you did there. Heavy hitters, Hit Club Pro.
Hit Club Pro, exactly. Yeah.
I get it.
Absolutely. So definitely check that out as well. Look, you see the banner at the bottom. Make sure you follow us on everything. Once this is over, I will have the show on all the streaming platforms, Apple, Amazon. Matter of fact, we added the show to some other platforms. There's two out in India that I cannot remember, but I added the show to that as well. So we're going to be all over the place.
You said two in India?
India. Yes.
Hey, we're international.
Yes.
Hello to my friends in India. Hello.
Yeah.
We love India.
Yeah, we do. Look, if you want to know any more information about CYN, Control Your Narrative, go to controlyournarrative.com. Also, check out ProWrestlingTV.com, man. If you want to watch any of the shows, they got a lot of good content up there. We're trying to find a way to get Smash the Mat on Pro Wrestling TV. Yeah, that would be amazing. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the good people down at XWW, Extreme World Wrestling. Mandy Mack, like you could also catch Smash the Mat on the XWW network as well. You know what I'm saying? So look, we out here. We just working hard, man. Thank you guys. We're fans and wrestlers that just love talking about wrestling. You know, we're not reporters. We're not, we don't have any inside scoops. We get our information just like the rest of you guys. We just have a couple more opinions. We're not saying we're right. We're not saying you're wrong. We're just talking and having fun and enjoying ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? You are absolutely right. I can't believe I almost forgot about this. I almost forgot that next Saturday, because our good friend Wendell said August 6th. Yes, RWC's 24th anniversary show going down in Lumberton. This is next Saturday at the Priscilla King Arena, Arena, 612 2nd Street.
Did you read that flyer really good?
Yes, I read the flyer.
Did you see that? The 6-man tag match, Smash the Mat Smash the Mat with Flex Simmons versus the Wrestlers and Mulatto X?
It's the Rustlers. It's not the Wrestlers. They are wrestlers, but they go by the Rustlers.
Hey, the important part of that match is we're together, man. We're a team.
Yeah. I'm so excited. Can't you see can't you see the look on my face? I can't wait for this.
Hey, you know who else likes it? That guy right there. That's what he said when I told him about this match. It's exactly what he said.
Oh man, look, it's about to be it. I think it's almost 10 o'clock. It's past 10 o'clock. We've been doing this for over an hour and a half. Look, we appreciate y'all checking us out, man. We back next Tuesday at 8 o'clock, and we're gonna have our we did predictions. What is this? The post SummerSlam show. Yeah. The post is going to be our thoughts on SummerSlam and everything else that happened throughout the week. I'm going to let you know what went down at the CYN shows if I survive. Well, I know I'm going to survive. Well, Future Stars and will survive. That's the question.
Hey, absolute last thought before we go. I know how much you love all of our fans at Smash the Mat, so I think they should reach out to you directly via phone call and say, hey, this is my thoughts on Smash the Mat. So let me just give out your number.
Whoa, hold on, bro. Like, why would you do that?
Because I know you love the fans. It's real. Okay.